Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So seeing as it's Friday, I do have another Nail Tip Friday video to show you guys, and this one is basically a classic French with some water decals just to make it that little bit different. So I'm using CJP Fantasy, and I'm also using the CJP the One Monomer, and I've placed my first bead of acrylic down and I've blended out the back of that bead, and this bead is basically just to make the shape of my smile line. So I'm patting and nudging the acrylic with my brush just to get it into a shape that I'm happy with. I try to do a lot of the work with my brush, and I do find that with using the One Monomer I am able to play around with it a little bit more and mold it into shape a little bit more before it starts setting. So once I'm happy with the rough shape of it, I then come in with my next bead of acrylic and I'm placing that at the cuticle area, pushing it back up towards the cuticle and then blending the sides out and then the top of the bead down over the previous bead. So I did pick this bead up slightly drier than the previous bead, so it was slightly harder to blend out, but I got there in the end. And then I do come in with another bead just because the height of the smile line isn't quite high enough, and these are core powders, so I'm building my structure and strength and everything with them. So here, as you can see, I just come in with that next bead, blend it back and then leave the bulk of it at that smile line. Again, just making sure to pat and press it into place so that there's a nice even application and that your acrylic is the same height all the way around. So then I did just notice there was a slight dip in the acrylic at the sidewall, so I do just come in with another small bead here just to make sure that there's enough acrylic there, and then just make sure to blend that out so that it all blends in nicely with the rest of the nail. And then because of the length of these nails, I did come in with another bead of the acrylic at the apex area, just because if this was on a real nail, you would want to make sure that you've got enough high enough apex, just so that there's enough, oh my god, I can't get my words out, just so that the structure's there basically. You don't want your nail to be too thin, especially when working on long nails. So again, just blending that out, and then I just wanted to leave in to show that I do pinch the nail bed area just a little bit, just so that then I can also pinch the free edge and get a bit of a C curve there. And then I'm just coming in with my 150 grit file and refining that smile line. I don't have too much filing to do, as like I said, I did do a majority of it with my brush, but I just wanted to leave in because I think, when you file you can perfect it and get that nice crisp smile line. It is really tricky to do this on this little silicone finger thing, because the tip isn't glued down, so I did struggle a little bit. But then once I have that all filed crisp, I come in, dust away all of the dust, make sure that the nail is nice and clean before coming in with my next colour. So here I'm using Snow White, which is also from CJP, and I place that bead right up against the extended nail bed that I've created, and then start pushing it down towards the wings and getting right down into those side walls just to make sure it is fully covered. And then I start patting and bringing the rest of the bead of acrylic down towards the free edge. So this bead wasn't quite big enough to come all the way down to the tip, so I do just come in with another bead of acrylic just to make sure that that whole tip is fully covered. And all the time I'm trying to pat and smooth out my acrylic so that I have a minimal finish filing to do at the end. So here, as you can see, I just place that bead on, blending it back so that there's no shadowing or marbling in the acrylic. and so that it all looks nice and smooth, and then just patting it into place. And then because the smile line was fairly deep, I did want to make sure that I had got right down into the wings, as otherwise when you come to filing you'll notice that you've got little gaps of acrylic missing and it just ruins the whole look. So what I like to do is come in with 2 small beads and just make sure I get right down into those small crevices. And then just blending that out. As you probably know, it doesn't matter if you go over your nail bed colour, because you will file it all at the end, and then it should reveal that nice beautiful smile line you've created. Now, I'm not amazing at these. This is something I've been practicing so much, but I finally feel like it's slightly getting a little bit better, so that was just why I decided I'd do a little video on it. So then once that's ready to be pinched, I do pinch the tip area, again just popping in that C curve, and then I'm coming in with these super pretty decals. So these decals are from Nail Art UK. I will leave a link in the description box to their website. And basically I've just popped them in some room temperature water for around 10-15 seconds, and then they just slide effortlessly off the backing paper, and then I'm just placing that down direct on to the raw acrylic. You know, I haven't top coated or anything yet. So then I'm just making sure to smooth that out. You know, you want to get away any of the creases that might be there or any little ridges. Just really smooth it out. It doesn't matter if you have any excess, you can trim this away or file it, or you can even remove it with a little bit of acetone, but make sure that it is all fully secure before doing that. So I actually like to wait until it's completely dry before trimming off any of the excess. So then I've basically done the same again, cut out another flower, popped it in the water, and I'm just placing that just at the side here. I'm just really loving this look at the moment of decals over a French, and I think these ones just really looked perfect with your classic pink and white. So I wait until these are completely dry before top coating them. You can dab them with a bit of tissue or something like that, but they do dry pretty quickly. But I'm just making sure here that they are all nice and smooth. And then I'm coming in with my CJP Tack Free Top Gloss and top coat in the nail. I'll then pop this in my LED lamp to cure for 60 seconds. And then that is the end of the video. So I really hope you've enjoyed watching. I really enjoy doing these little videos. So if you did enjoy it, please let me know in the comments below, or give the video a thumbs up. If you're watching and you're not already subscribed to my channel, I would absolutely love it if you did. So thanks for watching, guys, and I shall see you all again soon. Bye bye.